Hello guys and welcome back to the next episode of the Sniper Elite V2 Let's Play with me, Gitbag the Great. Last time we just walked through the tutorial, nothing much happened, and we saw a couple of the game mechanics that were particularly interesting, such as using your silenced pistol, laying down explosive traps, and my favourite of all, the X-ray and slow motion builds. I mean, seriously, when this game was released, those were hyped the fuck up and were one of the main selling points, and it's a good selling point, I think. It really does make this game a lot more visceral and interesting to just watch. So we'll continue from where we left off. In this mission, we've got to kill a scientist in a convoy.
My next target was Dr. Gunter Kreidel, an expert in rocket engines. He was traveling across town in an armored convoy. We believed he was carrying documents that would lead me to the V2 production facility, where the other 3 scientists were waiting. I'd identified a point on the route where I could lay a booby trap and stop the convoy. Naturally, the area was defended. I'd expect nothing less.
Cocky bastard. Oh yeah, sometimes you'll get that arrow appearing in front of you in marksman mode or cadet mode that will show how much the enemy guards can see you. So you do need to pay attention to that a lot. I'm not sure actually if you get it or not in what's it called? Sniper Elite mode, but it's definitely another one of the more useful gaming mechanics. Wait, what? That bounced off of his helmet? Oh, fuck it. That was quite unfortunate, actually. I thought that silenced pistol round would have just hit him in the head. Oh, here we go. Ah, ha, ha, awesome. See, I didn't even need to use the focus time mechanic there. I am that good. Dueling against snipers in the single player campaign is also one of my favourite things to do in this game. I mean, you can do it in multiplayer as well, but in single player, it's just good to get some practice in doing that. Ooh. See, where are we? Oh yeah, we got to take out this guy, and then there's a bunch of guys he's in the street who all need sniping. This actually doesn't matter that much to the story, this bit, but I do like it a lot. This is one of my more favourite sections in the game. So take out this chap here. Brilliant. Oh. I gotta say, the gun sounds for this game are also top notch. And I mean, I haven't played Sniper Elite V3 yet, but from the sounds of things, it's quite the same there. Okay, so we'll scan around, check to see if there's any snipers. Can you see? Oh, there he is. Eat this, Jerry. Oh, glorious. Wait, what? That didn't kill them? Bullshit. Always take out machine guns when they're firing at you, because generally they can be the bigger threat facing you rather than the infantry who are charging you. Damn. Come on, wait, where are they? Brilliant. Oh yeah, and another thing actually, this game does have a point scoring system, and it doesn't matter all that much, but depending on where you hit the enemies and from like what distance, it will give you a different amount of points each time. I also find that quite interesting. It doesn't matter too much, but like if you're into sort of like competitiveness and seeing who is just generally better at this game, then I'd say it is quite an interesting game mechanic. Oh yeah, and sometimes if you walk over to dead bodies and press E, you can also pick up extra ammo, which, let me tell you, when you use the silenced pistol as much as I do, that will come in a lot of handy. I mean, seriously, it does come in quite handy. I wouldn't say it goes so much as to make this a survival game, but it does give it a little bit of extra depth. So let's just check down here, because there are some sort of collectibles dotted in and around some of the levels. Just can't remember if I've checked down here or not. Might have done. Oh yeah, there we are. Gold bar. Yeah, there's about 100 of these in the single player campaign alone, and there's also 27 wine bottles you can shoot in the campaign as well. I can't remember what you get if you get all of them, but I just like doing it because it's just a nice, cute little thing to do in amongst all this death and destruction. You know, all this shooting out Nazis' eyeballs and stuff. You know, it's nice to have a little something just to break up the shooting action. Although some of them can sometimes be located in incredibly hard to find places, but again, I guess that's the point of secret collectibles. Sorry, if you keep hearing me eating or drinking things, it's just because I'm having breakfast at the moment. I'm having Cheerios and black coffee. Hang on. Also, you can try and shoot down 2 guys with 1 bullet. I'm going to try and do it with these guys. Hang on, let's see if we can do it. Alright, hopefully we've got the money. Oh, yes! Oh! Did the game just spaz out? What the fuck just happened there? Okay, that doesn't usually happen, but that was pretty cool. What I find quite interesting actually is that even though it's one of the more effective weapons in the game, the Springfield sniper rifle that I'm using right now, I don't know, the handling for it is a bit wonky. Again, there's not too much difference between how the different sniper rifles handle in the game. I mean, probably my favourite to use in the game is probably either the Russian one, the Mosin Nagant 1898, or the German one, the I think it's called the Z43. It's a semi-automatic sniper rifle. It's really good. Those are probably my favourite ones in the game. The Russian one because I just really like the Mosin Nagant, and the German one because it's a semi-automatic sniper rifle. And in the Nazi Zombies mode, which I used to play a lot with my brother and our friends and all that, Nazi Zombies was made a lot easier by the presence of semi-automatic rifles, because you'd be fighting against hordes of enemies, whereas here you're fighting against like small squads equipped with like machine guns and stuff like that, so you kind of do need a bit of fire discipline, which is where bolt action rifles like Springfield come in handy. Whereas in Nazi Zombies you get more semi-automatic weapons like the M1 Garand and the Z43. Interesting story behind their Z43, I think, is that the Germans actually developed it as a response to the American M1 Garand, which was America's premier infantry rifle during the Second World War. And at that time, the Americans were the only army with a standardized semi-automatic sniper rifle, whereas the Germans were still using the quite old-fashioned KR-98 bolt-action rifle Mauser. But by the time the Second World War came around. And true enough, this was an old rifle, but at the same time it was also very dependable. Yet when the Americans came into play with their M1 Garand, the Germans found that their infantry weapons weren't capable of standing up to the task of the M1 Garand and the very robust and famous Thompson submachine gun, or Tommy gun. So they developed the Z43 in response to that, in order to give their infantry a fighting edge, but unfortunately they weren't really able to make them in well, unfortunately for the Germans, fortunately enough for the Allies, the Z43 wasn't produced in large enough numbers to make a difference on the battlefield. If it had, we Allies would have, well, we would have had a really hard time, basically. The Germans ended up primarily issuing it to elite stormtrooper units and their snipers. I mean, it perhaps doesn't have as long and interesting and deeper history as some of the other weapons the Germans developed during the Second World War, but it's still an interesting story nonetheless. Whew, that was close. Yeah, sometimes actually I will say it is probably better just to get a couple of shots off with your sniper rifle at close range, although using your submachine gun and your pistol at close range is probably just a lot more practical, really. I don't know, you guys can tackle the H level how you wish to, really. I mean, like I said, this game, it's linear in its objectives, but the way you tackle those objectives can be, you know, left up to you generally. I mean, that's always been the nature of third-person shooters like this, which I do quite like. I mean, I don't like linearness in games so much, but when it's operated like this, you know, I don't mind it. Okay, so we'll set down the satchel charges. And we're going to blow up the one we set on a truck by the road to knock out the armoured car there, in order to stop the column so we can kill the doctor. You know, say what you will about the explosion and the graphics, for 2012 this does look like a good game. Like, it does look well made, definitely. Oh, I've got to shoot out the fuel tanks that the Doctor is on. I love doing this. Ah! Did you see that? He just went fucking flying. Oh. Oh, fuck. That isn't good. Alright, so here's how you take out tanks. You go into focus mode, and you shoot their fuel tanks. Well, at least you do it after you've taken out that fucking machine gun. Piss off. Mate, I'm trying to kill your tank support. You know, just just fuck off, yeah? So probably got to take out this infantry. The infantry can be a bit bizarrely accurate at times in this game, which is weird considering that the actual functioning AI for them is not all that good. That's nothing to say diss against the developers, because they did make a good game. But it's just the AI is just a bit weirdly inconsistent. Okay, so this is how you take out a tank. You shoot the fuel tanks, and then this happens. No, seriously, that's how you take out tanks in this game. Spoiler alert, that is not how they did it in the Second World War. Like, at all. So that's kind of like something that does tend to take me a little bit out of the experience of this game, is that the destruction of tanks in this game is kind of bullshitty. Okay, that was slightly bullshitty as well, the fact that his helmet just absorbed the impact that shot straight on. My god, fucking die! Why are you freaking fucking John Matrix from Commando, where nothing hurts you? You know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just shoot out the truck. Eat this, Jerry! Right, he's got to be dead after that. He is, thank fucking finally. Jesus Christ! That took way too long. How much? God Lord, I swear I just used like 12 or 13 bullets on that one guy. Jesus. Anyway, that's a bit more of that's a bit more of a visual sort of a demonstration of how the game functions this time round. Actually, tell you what, I'll also give you a demonstration of how the grenades work. I'll throw a stick grenade at this fella here. So yeah, again, the AI are a little bit retarded with the grenades. I mean, they'll just go Granada and then stand there like a bewildered wildebeest and then just, you know, get blown to smithereens. But it's all pretty awesome, especially when you're surrounded by them and you just need to clear a few of them out. So yeah, that was the second mission, and that was killing Doctor, what's his name? Oh fuck, I forgot his name again. In the convoy there, and also a demonstration of how to kill tanks in this game. Killing the German and later Russian tanks is a bit different in this game because the placement of their fuel tanks is different, but still it does follow generally the same route. You go into focus mode, shoot out their fuel tanks, they blow up. It's a little bit ridiculous because, like I said, it is very unrealistic. That's not the way tanks were killed at all. And just heard me choking on a Cheerio there. So it kind of does take me a little bit out of the experience, but I mean it could be different for you. I don't know. Just check out the game. I mean, I'm sure it's quite cheap on Steam at the moment, like I said last time. But the main thing to remember in marksman mode is that you don't need to conserve your ammo too much. I mean, ammo is given to you quite frequently. Whereas in, say, like Sniper Elite mode, it is a little bit more infrequent, and you do have to, like, sort of savour it and, like, conserve it a little bit more. But still, you can get in some really nice kills just by sort of blazing away and, in marksman mode. Although I do always think it is a lot easier to just sort of, take your time, lead your shots in carefully, and hopefully you'll get one of those epic shots where either you blast out their eyes or you blow up one of the grenades on their grenade belt. It's just, just take your time. It's an art. It's an art, this game. The sniper rifle is your paintbrush and their faces are your canvas. And anyway, on that note, I'll leave you until next time when we pick up from this game, and I'll see you guys on the battlefield.